Mark Brunell, Detroit Lions quarterback coach,
Yes.
was asked the same questions we've been asking each other and the Woodward Sports chat and everybody else. Are you thinking about those quarterbacks yet? You thinking about bringing in somebody else and holding them in the Honolulu Blue? This is what he had to say.
I'm not going there, man. I will not go there. If you want to talk about the future, I'll talk about the next 48 hours. It's just not the time for that. If I would address the potential of drafting a quarterback,
how do you address that specter of that there's talk of it, right? To keep that out.
No. He's smart enough to know that we do not go there. It is not the time nor the place. Right now, it's about the Packers. That is something that you guys talk about, but no, that's not what we're going to do during the season. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, and that was Mark Brunell reacting to, I believe it was Dave Pergett asking him, what do you think about drafting a potential quarterback?
Do you fantasize about Bryce Young at night?
Do you wake up at night thinking about how you could have C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young? I kind of feel him. You thought I was feeling him? I kind of feel him where he's coming from. He's worried about the Packers. He's worried about the Lions and their next game. So that is kind of a curveball to throw at someone when they're prepping for the Packers. They're worried about that game. He's trying to make sure Jared Goff is in his best state of mind for the game, trying to make sure Jared Goff is ready to play the Packers. And that is kind of a question out of left field. Because he's right, as a coach, as a player, even for media members, we might not be too worried about the Packers. We're more worried about what they're going to do with the quarterback situation or if they're going to draft a quarterback, because that's all we have to look forward to now this year. But as players and coaches on that team, they're still trying to win games. They're still trying to get ready for next week, for this week against the Green Bay Packers at home. And he's a former player too. So he knows being in that situation, a former quarterback, being in that situation, you never want to hear, who's your replacement? Who are you going to take to replace this guy? So I kind of feel where he's coming from, but also it's like, come on, man, what do you expect? You're 1-6.
Yeah, it's. I kind of want to play the video back in, but it's too long. But he gave him that
yeah, oh yeah.
He leaned in like what? like Mark Brunell is ready to whoop some ass in that video, man.
Someone was testing him.
Yeah, he was tested, bro. And it's the middle of the season, and I get it, right? As a media member too, like it is depressing. There is nothing else to talk about.
Yes,
really, we have nothing else to look forward to this season. We really don't. We have a number one overall pick, a first round receiver that we have waiting in the wings, and I'm not even excited to talk about that, bro. It's like we really don't have nothing else to look forward to. But it's the middle of the season. That and these guys are they have a close personal relationship. He's obviously probably going through something already, enough to pull you away from the NFL. Because coaches, we know, or at least we hear, you know what I'm saying, that the story is these guys don't leave the office. You know what I'm saying? They're there night in, night out, and I swear, all I think about is you guys, man. that's the stigma around the NFL coaches. And on top of that too, day in, day out, he's with Jared Goff. He is also a former quarterback who was kind of mid at times, you know what I'm saying, in his career too.
Yes.
So he's had the backlash of the media, and just again, it's a personal relationship. Jared Goff, he's getting married. Is his wife pregnant? Are they having a baby?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm confusing that with Ned, but he has that personal relationship with him. He's in there with him day in, day out, and he feels for the guy. You know what I'm saying? And you love that he has the guy's back like that, but I hope he knows he out of here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You getting a shiny toy next year.
It's somebody you're going to war with, a guy you, like you said, have a very close personal relationship with as the quarterback's coach. Like you said, as a former quarterback himself who was probably asked a couple times, what do you feel about this guy they're going to replace you with? It probably doesn't sit right with him, but it is a question you can ask at this point because that's what they're looking at. They do have the number one draft pick if the season ended right now. They do have kind of a hole to fill at quarterback because I believe the majority of people believe that Jared Goff is not the answer. So going forward, looking back at it, it might have not been the best question to ask in Was that yesterday or today?
I have no clue, to be honest with you.
Well, whether it is one of the last press conferences of the week coming up to a game against the Green Bay Packers, might have not been the best question to ask.
Yeah.
You could have, the guy's still trying to fight for wins. As much as it seems like they don't want to, they're trying to win games.
Yeah.
The Lions are trying to go out there and win games and give these guys moral support. They need to be in their corner, especially for your quarterback. So I'm not mad at the way he responded. I'm not mad at the question either, because it is you're going to need some answers for sure.
Mid-season, though, you got to...
Mid-season, yeah.
I know Dave's the OG, but
it's a little much.
Yeah. I mean, and on top of it, just like being the personal relationship too, the losing adds up as well. Like, my man's on a mission to win. And yes, he did miss the Dallas game. I just looked it up. I don't even care what assistant filled in for him because he's not the quarterback coach. But the losing adds up to it as well. Like, you think that you're pissed off as a fan? You thought I was feeling you? No, I'm just kidding. But you think you're pissed off as a Detroit Lions fan when they lose these games? Imagine dedicating your entire, I guess we do that, so I can be pissed off. Dedicating your entire work week, though, to that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, studying the game film.
I wonder what that's like.
Studying the game film, preparing, like, to beat these guys, and then you come up short. Like, you thought you were pissed. This guy's a part of the team. He's literally has a personal relationship with the guy going through the struggles as well.
And
like,
it's his job.
Yeah. They took our jobs.
They took our jobs.
So I get it. I get the frustrations. Do you like to see passion like that out of your coaches?
I do. I don't, because he didn't attack anybody either.
Yeah.
It wasn't over the top.
It was crazy.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
You saw it in his face.
How cats pin their ears back? Yeah. It was like a.
You want me?
What?
But I'm glad he didn't call him out and go over. That's a stupid question. He didn't do anything like that.
He did it without doing it.
He said it without saying it. But I think, like we said, as members of Detroit sports media, there's not much more to talk about. Hey, how's Jared Goff doing this week? Okay, he's still looking mid. All right, it's this is the hot button topic. This is
a good point,
what people want to hear about.
Because Aubrey Pleasant just got fired. You know what I'm saying? It's like he also has that experience like through this week too.
Yes.
It's like a whole. It's messy. It's messy. It's ugly for him, I should say. Sus, you had your hand up?
I was just going to add to your point about the fact that he's a competitor. Like, you don't get to that level of coaching, of playing, whatever, without being an ultra competitor. And competitors don't like losing. So this whole frustration, like, of course it's there. It's supposed to be there because he's losing. And like you brought up with AP's firing, that's got to be something that's on his shoulders.
It's home.
That's on his shoulders, because who knows who the next scapegoat could be.
Yeah, 100%. Because the guy that he's in charge of is performing quite mid too. So maybe he's next.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, between the coaches, between the players, like, these dudes, they're eating dinner together. Like I'm saying, they're traveling on the planes together, like playing cards, just killing time while you're on that plane. Like, I get it. But at the same time, I know actually he's ready to like have something shiny and new to play with, because when he spoke at the Senior Bowl about Malik Willis, he was like just cheesing. You know what I'm saying? Like smiling from like ear to ear, like, man, this kid's got this kid's got that. Like, he's excited, but the timing has to be right. Again, we're week 9, 8. No, it's 9.
9. Yes.
Week 9. It's Yes, it's pathetic that we're in that position, but I mean, I guess you're happy to see that he cares.
You are. You're happy to see the passion, and like we've alluded to, it probably hit home more for him because he was a former quarterback. He was a guy who probably got a lot of questions around his performance, his job security, so he knows how that feels from that perspective as well. He knows how that feels from Jared Goff's perspective, so hit a little closer home.
Yeah. But with that said, Jared Goff has to perform.
He does.
And he has an opportunity coming up next against the Green Bay Packers at home.